Hello and welcome back to Figureman. Now today's video is bursting out of the shadows with a double feature that's equal part terrifying and thrilling. Now first up we're diving into the Alien universe with some seriously spine-tingling Funko Pops. From the sleek sinister Xenomorph of Ridley Scott's original masterpiece to the feral four-legged terror of Alien 3. Whether you're Team Ripley or just here for the facehuggers, these vinyl figures are dripping with detail and dread. But hold on to your helmets because we're also cracking open a Funko Fundays box of fun, the ultimate mystery drop packed with exclusive Freddy Funkos, limited editions and maybe even a grail or two. Will we pull something legendary? Will the Xenomorph approve of our haul? Ready to get started? So kicking off today, the Alien film franchise began back in 1979 with Ridley Scott's Alien, a groundbreaking sci-fi horror film that introduced the world to the terrifying xenomorphs and the resilient Ellen Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver. Its success led to a series of sequels and prequels that expanded the universe across centuries. James Cameron's Aliens from 1986 shifted the tone to action, while Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection in 1992 and 1997 explored darker, more experimental territory. In the 2000s, the series branched into crossover territory with the Alien vs Predator films, and then Ridley Scott returned with prequels Prometheus in 2012 and Alien Covenant in 2017, delving more into the origins of the Xenomorphs and the Engineers. Alien Romulus in 2024 was set between the first two movies, and the upcoming FX TV series Alien Earth promises to continue the legacy of Deep Space Dread, corporate greed and survival against impossible odds. Now we've got 3 pops today from across the Alien franchise, and because they all come from different movies, I wasn't 100% sure whether to go through them in the order the films were released or how they fit chronologically in the timeline. I've settled on the latter, so we will start with Alien Covenant. Directed by Ridley Scott, Alien Covenant serves as a direct sequel to Prometheus as the second instalment in the Alien prequel series. Set in the year 2104, the story follows the crew of the colony ship Covenant as they divert from their original mission to investigate a mysterious signal from a seemingly habitable planet. Now what they find is far from paradise. It's a world haunted by the aftermath of the Prometheus expedition and the sinister android David, who has been conducting horrifying experiments. Now the film explores the origins of the xenomorph species, blending philosophical themes with visceral horror. Michael Fassbender returns in dual roles as both David and Walter, 2 androids with opposing views on creation and humanity. Though Alien Covenant received mixed reactions for its tonal shift and its narrative choices, it deepened the mythology of the franchise and set the stage for future entries. And what better place to start than with the Xenomorph. The Xenomorph from Alien is the terrifying biomechanical creature born from the twisted imagination of H.R. Geiger. It's sleek, black and insect-like, and it features an elongated eyeless head, a secondary jaw that extends from within its mouth, and a blade-tipped tail. It moves with a kind of eerie grace, dripping acid blood and stalking prey with predatory cunning. Now the Xenomorph's life cycle from facehugger to chestburster and into adult blends parasitism with a nightmarish aesthetic. They've become an enduring icon of sci-fi horror, embodying the perfect, merciless organism, a monster of elegance if you will. So this was another Whatnot pickup from my man the Funko Turk, who I have mentioned before. Be sure to give him a follow. And this pop comes from 2017, so for an 8-year-old pop it is in pretty good condition, to be honest. And as you can see, it's a fairly dark figure in there, with the large rows of teeth there, which are just in this slightly lighter grey, making them stand out there quite nicely. And you can just see the sort of sinews and the strands that hold the mouth in place across there, working back into the elongated head as well. Now looking a bit closer at the body, all the veins there holding in the acid-based blood have been highlighted in this sort of bright blue, which gives it a nice little look, and also the long spiked tail that you can see there, just wrapping around the rest of the figure really well at the bottom. So within the collection, this just leaves one more of the Xenomorphs to get, which is the scorched 6-inch variant from Alien Romulus that was released last year. I'll stick a picture just up here. And next up, we move on to the original Alien movie, with Ripley here holding Jonesy. Now this is based on one of Alien's more quiet moments, as Ellen Ripley cradles Jonesy, the ship's orange tabby cat, against the backdrop of more chaos and survival. Now dressed in a worn Nostromo jumpsuit, Ripley's expression in this scene is a mixture of exhaustion, defiance and tenderness as well. and with Jonesy nestled in her arms there offers a rare symbol of innocence amid the film's relentless tension. The contrast between Ripley's hardened resolve and the cat's calm presence sort of humanises her a bit, reminding us that even in the face of a perfect predator, compassion will still endure. Not just for sci-fi fans, but for anyone really that's ever clung to hope. So this is a pop from 2019 and was released as part of the 40th anniversary set that included this pop, another one of Ripley in a spacesuit, which I am still looking for, and there was a blue metallic Xenomorph as well that we do have. And as mentioned, this is Ripley in a blue jumpsuit there, and a tiny little version of Jonesy in her arms. Now for the size of the cat there, it is really well sculpted. I'll just bring it up even closer so you can see it. And it just adds an extra level of detail to what could have been a fairly plain pop without them there. Now as you can see, it's got the 40th anniversary sticker here as well, and we also have the standard overseas special edition one that we get in Europe, although looking back I think this was originally a Funko Shop exclusive. Now Sigourney Weaver's portrayal of Ellen Ripley in the Alien franchise earned the number 8 spot in Premiere Magazine's list of the 100 greatest movie characters of all time, which is a real testament to Ripley's status as a defining figure in cinematic history. And for the third of our Alien Pops, we move forward to Alien 3. Now Alien 3 from 1992 plunges Ellen Ripley into a bleak and brutal chapter of her odyssey, crash landing on Fiorina 161, a desolate prison planet inhabited by hardened convicts with a strict religious order. Stranded without weapons or advanced technology, Ripley faces a lone xenomorph that begins stalking the facility's population. The film strips the series down to raw horror and existential dread, confronting Ripley with devastating personal stakes and an unrelenting sense of sacrifice. David Fincher's directorial debut is a grim and atmospheric endeavour marked by themes of death, redemption and the cost of survival. It's divisive but undeniably haunting in its vision. And here we have the lone xenomorph here in its full 6-inch form. So this is a newer version of the Xenomorph than the previous one and only came out earlier this year, along with a moment of Ripley in the runner, which we still need to pick up. And these aliens do suit this bigger sized pop, just making them seem that little bit more menacing. It's in a more dark brown colour this one as opposed to the black of the previous one, but the first thing that really stands out again is the silver mouthful of teeth there, ready to open and show you that secondary mouth inside. Now you can also see some of the finer detail just there on the chest with the exposed rib cage and all the various veins, lumps and bumps along the body, and obviously the big long head as well that they're known for. Now as you can see, this is named the Runner rather than the Xenomorph, which I guess is generally because these ones run more on all fours in this kind of running pose that they're in there. As the movies progressed, it did seem like the Xenomorphs got quicker and were more active hunting down their prey through the corridors, but hey, it's still a Xenomorph at the end of the day. So shifting from the cold starlit corridors of the Nostromo, we enter the chaos of Funko Fundays for 2025, where the next Grail might just be hiding under the lid. Now released as part of the Quest for the Grail celebrations, each of the boxes contain 4 limited edition items. So there's 1 soda figure and 3 pop figures as well, with the production runs ranging from about 500 up to 8,500 pieces, I think the highest is. Now naturally these are blind packaged, and as you can see here, ours is still sealed, so it will be as much of a surprise to me as it will to you guys. Now as I'm recording this, they are still available on Funko Europe, and for £60 seems pretty reasonable to be honest, considering you're getting 3 limited edition Freddy's and a soda on top. Now I've had this sitting for a good few days now, so I think it's about time we get it open and see what we've got. Now after a quick jump cut there, just getting it out of the box, looking through the list of what we could pull, I think the ones that I would like, if I was to choose, are either the Freddy Funko as Dracula, which can be either a colour one or a black and white one, and 1,500 piece, or there's a Leonardo Turtle one as well, which is 3,000 piece. Obviously there's a metallic version of that as well, which is only 500 piece, and that would be even better, but we'll start with the soda and then we'll move on to the pops. So the first thing I will notice is the packaging. Now this is the online box, which is in this blue colour. Now there was also a show only box and that was in black, but essentially the same thing. I believe 1 in 50 of the US Funko website boxes were actually a show box, but we didn't get that offer in Europe, so they were all in this standard sort of blue. The box does seem a bit plain plainer than it was in previous years, and it is slightly smaller, considering we don't get any of the wobblers or the bitty pops this year. But as I say, it's still quite presentable. Now I'm just going to move it off camera so I've got a bit more room, and it also means that we won't get any sneak peeks. I'll try and do it without looking up front, but yep, let's crack on and get it open. First up, we'll start with the soda. As you can see, it's completely wrapped here, so we don't know which one we're going to get, so let's get it unwrapped. And the one we get is the... oh, that's very interesting. It's a black and white one. 3,000 piece there. I think it's the Freddy Funko, as far as I can see there. And obviously these ones don't come with a chase, as far as I know. But let's get it open and have a look at the figure anyway. Standard black bag that comes in. There's the pog on the bottom. As I say, there's no chase, so it's just 1 out of 3,000. Fun Force Freddy, you can see there. Quite a cool pog in the black and white. Put that down there. And he does look really quite cool in this monochrome black, white and grey there. He's got his victory sign up on his fingers there, just giving us a little wave, and crest across his top there. Superhero black cape as well. Now I'll put a picture up of the coloured version up here, but there you go, we get the black and white one, and that's a nice start, isn't it? He can live down there next to his can. There we go. And let's see what Freddy Funko comes first out of the box. It's Freddy Funko, the Con edition here, with the Connoisseur t-shirt there in the red and white. I believe this one comes in all the boxes, from what I understand, but he's got his bag full of swag there as well. He's got his superhero blue mask on, and he's also got blue cape as well that you can see there. So this is a cool one to go in the collection. It's got the new kind of stickers on there, and it's got the Funko Fundays online limited edition sticker as well. You can see it's a really cool pop. Now, as I say, I think this one comes in every single box. I'll just give you a full rotation, and it's also got the Fundays Experience logo on the back as well. And the next one out of the box we have is... oh, cool. That's Freddy Funko as Zuko. So it's a 3,000 piece figure there. Now I believe Zuko is from The Last Airbender, the anime. And although I don't know a lot about the animes, this does look like a fairly cool figure. So he's got this sort of reddish design around his eye that goes all the way back, which is cool, just covering one of his eyes, and he's got the standard sort of Freddy Funko freckles on the other side. And you can also see he's got these kind of flame sort of, I don't know what they are really, they flame little swords I suppose coming out of both hands, and almost like the gladiatorial sort of robes as well there in the purple and the pink around the outside as well. Yep, that's a really cool figure to have. Really pleased to have that in the collection. He's a nice addition to our Freddy Funkos that we do have. We don't have loads, as you probably know by now. We mostly collect movies pops, but we do have a small collection of Freddys that we keep from the main events like this as well. And for our final pull, see who we get. We've got... this is what I did want. This is a Franny Funko one as Azula. Now I thought it would be fun to have a Franny Funko for the collection of, well, Freddy's if you like. This is the first one that we've got within our collection. We do have a couple of the NFT ones, the digital pops of Franny that we have, but none of the actual sort of special edition Funko event ones. So this is her as Azula, which is another character out of Avatar: The Last Airbender as well. And as you can see, she's got a similar sort of robe on here with the yellow edging this time, and she's even got her little painted nails there as well, and she's firing off this sort of ice ring as well. Yeah, that's a really nice pop as well. It pairs nicely with the Zuko Freddy that we got earlier. So although we didn't get the ones that I was actually after, or the ones that I pointed out at the beginning, I'm fairly happy with what we've pulled there, to be honest. I think we've done quite well. As I say, 1,500 piece on this one, so it's a fairly low count as well, so just adds that little bit of fun to the rarity levels. And that's a wrap on today's Interstellar unboxing, from the sleek terror of the original Alien to the primal fury of Alien 3's runner Xenomorph. These Funko Pops bring our sci-fi horror to life in vinyl form. And let's not forget the 2025 Fundays box of fun that we had here, packed with the Freddy Funkos, the limited editions, and the surprises that even a facehugger couldn't predict. If you enjoyed this deep dive into collectibles, why not like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss any more Funko hunts, reviews, or movie showcases. And why not drop a comment with your favourite pull or what you got out of your Fundays box. So until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, in space, nobody can hear you unbox. We'll catch you in the next one.